Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial video. In this video I'll be showing you how I drew an eagle eye. I just want to mention that in this video I used a mechanical pencil with HB leads on 150 GSM paper. So I started off by sketching a basic outline of the eye, and I didn't have to worry too much about the quality of the lines. I just wanted to make sure that the shape was correct. So I spent a few minutes just making sure that I'd drawn the shape how I wanted it. After that I started adding some basic shading. I added some dark outlines around the edges and some darker shading around the upper portion of the eye to show the shadow cast from the eyelid. After the basic shading was added, I started adding some details to the eye. I wanted to add some veins to the iris itself. I like adding those kind of details to an eye drawing. It gives a bit more texture to the iris and it makes it seem more 3D, especially when you focus on the shading and the highlights. I'll make sure to zoom in on the drawing so you can see the details that I add to this part of the eye. I also wanted to make sure I added some darker shading to the pupil of the eye, but I also wanted to make sure that I added the highlights on the right side of the eye that also crossed over the pupil to give the effect of reflection on the eye surface. And then I continued to add details around the pupil to blend it into the texture of the iris. I continued to refine the details to this part of the eye as much as I felt I needed to. And that basically meant that I was just focusing on the shading and the highlights to make the veins on the eye seem more 3D and prominent from the iris surface. And then after that I started adding some basic shading to the areas around the outside of the eye, focusing on some of the sort of scaled areas around the underneath of the eye and the shading underneath the I guess the eyebrow. And then once this section of shading was completed, I started adding some hair to the edges of the eye. And for this I just used some quick strokes with the pencil, but I also used an eraser to quickly add some lighter hairs to the shading. I think this works really well when you have a really nice clean edge to an eraser. You could even use a kneaded eraser, which probably works a lot better for this. So you can shape the hairs quite easily. And then once you added the highlighted areas with the eraser, you can always help to make them seem more prominent by adding some shading around them with a pencil. And this helps to give a really nice textured and layered hair effect. I'll make sure to zoom in on this section as well so you can see the kind of details that I added. After that, I continued to refine the details as much as I wanted to, and then the drawing was completed. Overall, this drawing took me about 4 hours to complete, I think. If you've worked on anything similar, or if you followed this video along, then feel free to show me your work, and I'd absolutely love to see it. And as always, if you enjoy this kind of video, then make sure you're subscribed, and any likes, shares, favourites, that kind of support is hugely appreciated, and it really means a lot to me. If you want to contact me via Twitter, Facebook or Instagram, I have all of my links in the description box below, so feel free to contact me there and I'll be sure to get back to you. And once again, thank you so much for the support on this channel. I really hope these videos help out, and thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you all soon.